Kansas by tomorrow night, and Thursday, some snow and ice accumulation is possible. Colder air overtakes the entire region by Saturday. In the northeast, lake effect snow showers and flurries come to an end by midday today. Light accumulations are possible in the hills of southwest New York, northwest Pennsylvania, and north New York. Elsewhere, it will be sunny to partly cloudy and colder. Highs should be in the 30s to lower 40s in upstate New York and New England, and in the 40s to lower 50s from Pennsylvania and New Jersey to the Virginias. Finally, in the south, the majority of the region will be sunny to partly cloudy with cooler temperatures. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible in central and southern Florida and far southern Texas. Cool highs in the 50s and lower 60s from North Arkansas to upstate South Carolina and North Carolina. Milder 60s and lower 70s from Oklahoma and the northern half of Texas to northern Florida, southern Georgia, and coastal South Carolina. Warmer upper 70s and lower 80s in southern Texas and southern Florida. And that, my friends, is a brief look at the nationwide weather forecast. Taking a look at the Kirksville, Missouri area weather forecast, calling for sunny skies today with highs in the mid-50s, south to southwesterly winds about 10-15 miles an hour, wind gust up to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies for tonight with a slight chance of showers after midnight, lows around 40, south winds at about 10-15 miles an hour, wind gust up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies with a 60% chance of showers. Highs only in the mid-40s, south winds at about 15 to 20 miles an hour, wind gust up to 25 miles per hour. Precipitation amounts, generally a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch are possible. Cloudy skies for Wednesday night, a continued chance of rain, 30% chance of showers at this point. Otherwise, lows hovering around 43. And then for Thursday, cloudy skies, another chance of rain, highs around 47. South to southeasterly winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, shifting to the east and northeast in the afternoon. Rain likely for Thursday night, lows in the mid-30s. And then for Friday, cloudy skies, a chance of rain and snow, highs in the upper 30s to lower 40s, lows in the mid-20s. Drier for Saturday with much colder temperatures. Sunny skies on Saturday, highs only in the upper 20s, lows in the lower teens. For Sunday, a little bit warmer, highs in the lower 30s, lows in the low 20s. Sunny skies for Monday, and highs, once again, in the upper 30s. And that is a look at the Kirksville area weather forecast for this Tuesday morning. Having some technical issues in bringing you current conditions and temperatures, so we'll skip that segment for today. I apologize. All right. Well, coming up in just a few moments, I'll have News of the Weird, as well as the CBS World News Roundup, APM market information, as well as Today in History, celebrity birthdays. And coming up next, though, is the composers-datebook with the writers-alamanac before that. You're listening to First Cup from Studio 4. I'm Joe Haffner.
Oh, no. I don't think we could get Mr. Nixon to stand still for a socket to me.
Socket to me?
When a fire engine, ambulance, or other emergency vehicle approaches you with flashing lights and sirens, you may not always know who we are responding to help, but you can be sure that time is of the essence. Emergency services personnel rely on you every day to help them to respond quickly and safely to 911 calls. By taking a few moments to think slow when an emergency vehicle approaches you, you can help us to help others. When you see flashing lights and hear sirens, stay calm and make calculated, safe decisions. Look around to determine what is the safest route to take to yield the right-of-way. Move over after signaling your intentions. Finally, wait and check to ensure that it is safe for you to re-enter the roadway. By thinking slow the next time an emergency vehicle approaches you, you can play a big part in helping us to help the community quickly and safely. By thinking slow the next time an emergency vehicle approaches you, you can play a big part in helping us to help the community quickly and safely.
This episode of First Cup is brought to you by Wishing Stars Native Creations, Fine Art Today, and Marshall Woodworking. Check out these companies and many more by going to the Friends page at tinyurl.com/Gunther's House or tinyurl.com/GuntherMobile.
And here is the Writers' Almanac for Tuesday, the 19th of November, 2013. It's the birthday of the poet Sharon Olds, born San Francisco in 1942, grew up in Berkeley as a hellfire Calvinist, went to Stanford, and then off to Columbia to get her Ph.D. Did not publish her first book of poems until she was a few years shy of 40. Teaches creative writing at NYU, lives on the Upper West Side of New York. Sharon Olds, who said, "I'm not asking a poem to carry a lot of rocks in its pockets, just being an ordinary observer and liver and feeler and letting the experience get through you onto the notebook with the pen, through the arm, out of the body, onto the page, without distortion." And it was on this day in 1863, Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, 4.5 months after the terrible battle, on a foggy, cold morning. The president arrived about 10 o'clock. Around noon, the sun came out. The crowds were gathered on a hill overlooking the battlefield. A band played. A local preacher gave a long prayer, and the headline orator, Edward Everett, spoke for more than 2 hours, describing the battle in great detail, bringing the audience to tears more than once. And when he was finished, the president stood up and spoke. His speech, just over 2 minutes long, less than 300 words, only 10 sentences, so brief, in fact, that many of the 15,000 people who were there didn't even realize that he had spoken because a photographer setting up his camera distracted them. But the next day, Edward Everett told Lincoln, "I wish that I could flatter myself that I had come as near to the central idea of the occasion in 2 hours as you did in 2 minutes." 5 different manuscript copies of the Gettysburg Address remain, all of them slightly different. One copy was signed and dated by Lincoln, and that is the one accepted as the official version. Here's a poem for today by Mark Halliday, Historic Shirt. Ran into Alyssa and Todd, and Alyssa said, "I like your shirt." And I laughed because it's obviously very old. And she said, "But it looks so soft and comfortable." And I agreed. And Alyssa said, "And that little heart is so sweet," referring to the red velvet heart sewn on the left shoulder. So I said, "There's a lot of history in that," and then had to explain that my first wife sewed the heart on this shirt for her boyfriend before me. And Alyssa said, "Wow, that seems symbolic of something." And Todd laughed, and I said, "It probably means that I refuse to let go of any trace of the past." And Alyssa said, "Or maybe it means you refuse to be oppressed by the past." And I said, "That sounds good." And Todd sort of half smiled, and Alyssa said, "You accept the past so it can't then turn around and bite you." And for a half second, this idea sparkled alarmingly in the air, and then we all smiled in order to let the scene end, and Alyssa walked away arm in arm with her new husband to go on making the life that would be their past together. Historic Shirt by Mark Halliday from Thresherphobe, published by the University of Chicago Press, and used by permission here on the Writers' Almanac, produced by Joy Biles, with assistance by Teresa Burgess. Be well, do good work, keep in touch.
This is the Composer's Datebook for November 19th. I'm John Zak. The modern Hungarian city we know as Budapest is really three older settlements merged into one. Buda, on the right bank of the Danube, was the royal seat of the medieval Hungarian kings. Óbuda, just to the north, was an ancient Roman provincial capital, and Pest, a newer city situated on the left bank of the Danube. These three became the modern-day city Budapest in 1873. In 1923, to celebrate modern Budapest's 50th anniversary, the Hungarian government commissioned two of its greatest composers, Béla Bartók and Zoltán Kodály, to compose orchestral pieces which both premiered on today's date, November 19th, that year. Bartók's contribution was a lively dance suite, with themes reminiscent of Hungarian folk melodies, although no actual folk songs are quoted. It's one of his most genial and upbeat orchestral scores. Kodály's contribution was his Psalmus Hungaricus for tenor, chorus, and orchestra, a free setting of a 16th century Hungarian translation of Psalm 55, in which David pleads for deliverance from his persecutors. In the 16th century, Hungary was under Turkish rule, and this psalm had a special modern political resonance for Kodály, who had fallen out of favor with the right-wing Hungarian regime then in power. Despite its melancholy tone, Psalmus Hungaricus was an instant hit in Hungary and elsewhere, and helped to establish Kodály's international reputation as one of his country's greatest composers. For more on composers and their music, go to our website, composers-datebook.org. Composer's Datebook is produced by APM, American Public Media, and the American Composers Forum, reminding you that all music was once new.
Welcome back to Studio 4 on this Tuesday morning. It is the 19th day of November, 2013. And coming up in a little bit, I'll have the Today in History segment for you, as well as Across Our Wide Missouri. Hopefully I won't make the same mistake that I made yesterday and uploading, oh yeah, that looks good for today, and then I find out. And that's Across Our Wide Missouri for October 18th, 2013, whatever. And I'm like, whoops. I forgot to boost. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. It's time for celebrity birthdays. And speaking of new intros, I have a new intro for this segment, an alternate one. And if you speak German, this should be rather obvious to you right off. But I got to thinking last week, I don't know why I didn't put it together then, why I didn't look for it. Back when I took German class in college, which was many years ago, 21 years ago, as a matter of fact. Whenever any of us had a birthday, whenever anyone in the class had a birthday during that year, which was most of us, we would sing Happy Birthday in German. And there are several birthday songs in German, and this is probably the most popular one that I can remember. But anyway, the actual title, let's see if I can remember how to pronounce this. For those of you who speak German, I apologize, because my German is not the best. But my teacher was very patient, good man. His name is Eldon Wallers, Herr Wallers, as we used to call him. And let's see. Now, come on, machine. Come on. Don't lock up on me. Don't you dare lock up on me. Anyway, the actual title, let's see if I can get this right. It's under Celebrity Birthdays. Is that the right one? Yeah, there we go. We'll pull this out. Wie schön, dass du geboren bist. That's the title of the song. Wie schön, dass du geboren bist. Okay, that's what I've got coming up here. Anyway, let me put this back before I forget. So just bear with me for a few seconds. Alrighty. Now it's time for celebrity birthdays on this Tuesday.